Nice. This is Tijo with the Arcane Bear. Today I've got Randy Hilarski with me. He runs a company called 200 Social. He's very prominent in the crypto community. I've had the pleasure of sitting down with him a few times before. And we're just going to chat about, I guess, anything. We seem to go anywhere in some of our conversations. I've always laughed. So it's been kind of fun. Maybe we'll start off with how you kind of ended up in Panama. I guess we're in a pretty exciting place. A lot of people would love to come visit, get out of the United States or Canada.
Sure, yeah. I moved here 2011, the first week of May, right at the peak of the silver and precious metals were peaking at that time, and a company down here invited me down to work with them.
Yeah.
So I did, and within a couple months I was running the marketing.
Just like that.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet some great people. That's where I met my wife, Annabelle. I see her on Steemit, and she's my owner for 200 Social. And it was fun. It was a good learning experience, but it didn't last long.
No. Is it the pop and the silver and gold medals that didn't last long, or the job itself?
Well, both. It ended up opening the world to me of entrepreneurship that I always wanted. And I had to learn how to survive on my own down here in Panama. And I did that through writing. I was writing a lot of blog posts and writing for other companies. And it paid well. It paid for my lifestyle here for a short while. And then one of our biggest clients, their funding dried up. So it lit a fire under my ass and Annabelle's ass, because at that time we just had gotten married. And the income fell off a cliff. So we looked at what we could do, and we saw that we were dominating in Google search, just absolutely dominating Panama. And it was because a little known social network called Google Plus. We were doing very good on Google Plus at the time. And people came to us and said, "Hey, can you guys help us?" I'm like, "Well, we can. We will charge money for it." So we did that.
And the business was born.
So
that's what year was that again?
That was 2011.
Nice. So 200 Social has been running for 6 years now.
Almost. It wasn't called 200 Social. It was High Impact Media in Panama at the time, and that was a lot of fun. And it's
for you, yeah.
Look at that, guys. We're at the Hilton Hotel and having a Balboa in Panama. Just brought our coffees out. So 200 Social was actually born in 2016. We had other clients before that in our industry, but we never had anybody in crypto. And right before we decided to do 200 Social, it was mostly local Panamanian clients. There was people that were based here, expats who were based here, who needed help with their social media, and that was okay.
Yeah, it's a start, right?
It started.
You gotta start somewhere.
It paid our bills, and we weren't struggling. We did well. We did okay. And when 2016 came, I came up with an idea. I called it 200 Social, and we were catering to primarily online businesses, people who had great ideas, who had great plans for social media or great plans for their businesses, but they had no social media presence. So we came up with some basic packages, 200, 500, 2,000, and it just boomed. Jeff Rowick of Dollar Vigilante was our first big client. And from there, we've gotten Steemit. Steemit.com is one of our clients. Equibit, Mama Gaia Vegetarian Restaurant in not Nashville, but Memphis, Tennessee is one of our clients. They do a wonderful job. And other cryptos like Decent.bet. If you look at decent.bet, they're doing an ICO pretty soon. They're one of our clients. Arcade City, which became Swarm City, we helped them do their ICO. So if you guys don't know what ICO is, an initial coin offering or initial IPO in investing, and in our industry we call it ICO.
We gotta come up with our own names and terms every now and then.
Absolutely. So, that's good. It can be a little bit rushed.
So you've been basically based in Panama for the last 6 years, running social media, and now with the new waves of crypto coming in, a lot of your clients seem to be in the crypto realm.
Yeah. It's exploding. We've had people come to us wanting to be our partners, and to scale it up. And we've actually entertained the idea. So far, right now, we're still 100% independent. We do have people who are working with us that we help out. Like you do SEO.
Yeah.
So if we need people that need SEO, just send them over to Tio here. And just keep it easy, right? I don't need to be a master of everything. I'm good at social media, and we help people with their social. We like to focus on crypto. Because there's one thing about crypto clients is that they are desperate for help. These guys are very good technologically, they're very good development-wise, but when it comes to their online presence, they suck. And they know it. You guys, don't get too mad, don't troll me in the comments, but you guys know you're pretty bad at it, so just being honest.
Yeah, sometimes intelligence and then emotional intelligence outweigh one another. If you are emotionally intelligent, you're
Socially, you're not intelligent.
Yeah, exactly. I've noticed that as well. That the balance between those two is not always weighed between the developer and then their ability to share the information properly. Even now, a lot of the podcasts that are focusing on cryptocurrencies, the people that are doing it, you can tell that they don't have a lot of the social prowess to convey some of these ideas to the larger majority of people. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the Arcane Bear and our podcast in this area, is because the developers their emotional IQ isn't as high as their intelligent IQ, to bridge that gap and help them find that larger community, because the cryptocurrency world is important for where we're headed, and technology as a driver for our community innovation has always been at the forefront of how we continue to move forward and live better, healthier, happier, and now decentralized lives. Airbnb and Uber, my first time here using those, I'm blown away at how effective and efficient they are in comparison with hotels or taxis. The decentralized open source nature is
We're going to Europe in a couple months for Steem Fest, and we're traveling around Europe and meeting a lot of you guys that might be watching this, and we're going to use Airbnb the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. I'm not even looking at hotels.
No, exactly.
It's just, why should I spend 2 to 3 times the amount and maybe have to stay in a hotel that's off the most popular areas? Maybe not right in the middle. When, like, for example, in Prague, we're going to go stay in Prague. We're going to stay right in the middle of the town. Right in the middle of the old town.
Yeah, well, there's probably no hotels at all anyway.
Yeah, there's no hotel,
yeah.
But it's like $60 a night. And, okay, when we go stay in a hotel that's $200 a night, and it's going to be a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay right in the middle of the action.
And then your amenities either, if you want to have a nice home-cooked meal, you can roll out to the grocery store. You're helping a family out generally too, that's maybe they're traveling themselves. Yeah, the decentralized nature of a lot of the new businesses is really fascinating to me, to see that, right now one of the biggest Airbnb, one of the biggest places where you can rent places, owns no real estate.
Yeah.
Uber as well. They have no cars, they have no drivers. And the people that are doing, I was chatting with an Uber driver the other day. He says he makes $150 a day driving for Uber.
$150 a day driving.
That's incredible. What other jobs in Panama can you get that will pay $150 a day?
Jobs, no.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurial, yes.
Right, so it's kind of decentralized the entrepreneurial work for someone that wants to be a driver now too,
Sure.
or that wants to rent out their home on the morning. And now they're covered too. They're covered by in Airbnb. I was reading through the customer idea, and you're covered up to $1 million for the home that you rent out through Airbnb.
That's amazing.
Right? They're taking a lot of the liability that you would have as a homeowner to just let someone random come stay at your place, and they're putting it on the burden of the larger company.
That's one of our former clients was Arcane City, which is now Swarm City. They are doing that. They're making themselves a platform for a decentralized style Airbnb or Uber, and I'm so excited for them. They had a bad situation happen last week.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, they had their wallet compromised. They lost a lot of money. Well, I'm not going to talk about that too much here, but their token is fine.
Yeah, there's no internal hack. It was
their parity wallet was hacked.
Right.
Their multi-sig parity wallet was hacked. They lost a lot of money. That was their ICO money that we helped them raise, and their regular token money is fine, which is called
SWT.
SWT. And then they took it into though. That dropped by about 70% that day that they took the hack, or they got the hack. But it went up it's come back up, and hopefully it recovered fine. And they even state that we don't need the funds to continue developing this product, to develop this token on their decentralized marketplace. So I'm excited for them. I look forward to what they're going to produce, and maybe be a competitor to Airbnb someday.
Yeah.
Decentralized with an Ethereum-based token. So keep watching out for
and that would make a lot of sense too. In Airbnb, you're paying a lot of fees to PayPal or to your credit card company just to get that money to someone else. If we start removing those middlemen, there's a lot more room for profits to be made by the average entrepreneur who's looking to drive their car or rent their house.
Absolutely. The one thing that I like to tell people is that decentralize your life.
Yeah.
Take your life. If you're a European or American or Asian, I believe in getting out of your home country. I believe in setting up your life elsewhere, outside of where you're born.
Yeah.
Because
that's a smart idea for many reasons.
We're not going to go into too many of those reasons, but it's being able to be in a country that is not yours, operating a business online, decentralized around the world, has so many benefits, and I recommend everyone do it.
Yeah, it's a leap a lot of people aren't willing to make.
Comfortable.
Yeah, the United States, a lot of the first world countries have made it very easy to feel comfortable in just going to your regular job. That people don't reach out for that incentivized behavior that you get from being an entrepreneur. Where I'm going to take no paycheck for the next 6 months and try to develop an idea that you want to work on. I agree.
Guys, it's scary as fuck. You guys, I wasn't going home a failure.
No, did you have a choice? What was your choice if you went back home a failure? What were you returning to?
Go back to being a nurse.
Yeah.
I hated being a nurse. I probably would have had to go back into sales, which I was pretty good at. That's what I did after I was a nurse. I sold cars, worked for Mazda and Volkswagen, and I did pretty good.
You've taken those skills into your new business now.
I brought them into my business, right? Because sales is really what I do. I handle the sales for our business. And I wasn't going back. I wasn't going back my tail for the legs. So Annabelle and I just decided, let's cut our expenses. Let's talk about that for a second, because that was what kind of led into it. When we noticed that there was going to be, it's going to get tough.
Yeah.
We cut our expenses by 70%. We left Panama City. Right here, this is beautiful Panama City. I used to live about 10 minutes from here. Or right by where you're staying right now on the other side of town. And in an area called San Francisco.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And absolutely gorgeous. And my rent was $1,050 a month. And then I lost my biggest client for writing. I was writing at the time. And I was making great money. I made a couple $100 a day just writing. So what I did was pack everything up. We moved across the bridge on the other side of the Panama Canal, what's now known as Panama Oest, and we got a place for $450 a month.
There you go. Cut your costs.
Bam! My electric bill went from about $220 a month down to $20. You know, it just, and it gave us that cushion to grow a business organically for 2 years without having to worry.
Yeah, stress and emotion can kill your entrepreneurial drive sometimes, for sure.
And we didn't have to charge a lot. Our clients that came to us, they got us, if I was still in the city, I would have had to charge 2 or 3 times a pound, right? My American competitors couldn't compete with me. I say to a client at the time, I would say, $350, $400 a month to manage your social media. You had clients like that, you're living a great life here in Panama. And that was our goal. That's what we did. And we had a couple. So sometimes you got to make those moves.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a hard time with that as well. Is sacrificing some of the luxury that they've gotten used
sacrificed.
to. Yeah, it's important to do that and to open your schedule up with your time frame as well to allow for those new clients to come in. Not just on the price point, but in the city, there's so much hustle and bustle to get from point A to point B.
People thought we were nuts. They thought we were nuts.
People still think I'm nuts. Right?
We're like,
Does that
why
ever
would you
go
guys
away?
move out there? All the business is here. We're like, but if I stay here, I'm stressed. I don't want to worry about having to pay my bills. when I cut my bills down to, and people think we're nuts in Panama, that our total bills, car insurance, groceries, house, everything was under $1,200 a month. That's what we were paying for the first 2 years of our business. And people are like, no way, we can't do that in Panama. Oh, hell yeah, we can. We figured it out, we did it, and we were still having fun.
Yeah.
We still went out and had fun on the weekends, we still did things. But taking that step back, you know how they say that work hard, hustle for a couple of years, work tons of hours for a couple of years, to have enjoy the rest of your life? That's essentially what we did. We built ourselves an audience. And that leads to Steemit.
Yeah.
So we built this huge audience online, mainly on Google Plus. Google Plus, between Anna and I, we got about 200,000 followers. And Twitter and
That's
Facebook.
pretty decent, hey?
Yeah. We're verified on Google. We're verified on YouTube. We don't really utilize them, but we have it. And we built this up. Steemit comes along. Ding, 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 ding. Paid social media. Not paid as in they're paying us, but the ability to earn an income, creating the same content that I used to create for free. Now I can earn something by you uploading my content, or somebody else around the world who I've never met in person. They like my content, they upload it, and I earn a small portion. It could be a half a penny, it could be as high as $100, depending on how powerful that person is on Steam. And my first post on Steemit, I don't want to give too high of expectations for folks. My first post was $5,200.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
You're like, well, goodbye Facebook.
I was like, when I did the post, I think I went to bed with about $150. And back then on Steemit, your first 24 hours was your golden time. You had to get something done for 24 hours.
Right.
And I went to bed, I was like, $150, holy shit, this is great stuff. I said to Annabelle, I said, oh, you need to get on this. And she said, no, 20 things going on. I woke up in the morning, $5,200. It's like, ballers.
Yeah,
like,
right.
This is great. So Jeff Berwick, who's our client now from Dollar Vigilante, he did $15,000 on his first post.
That's just absurd, right?
absolutely absurd. And now we've been on there almost a year, 355 days, I think, today. And I'll be exactly 1 year next week. I'm just so excited that we found it. And then shortly after that,
it's actually how we kind of met through Steemit as well.
Steemit, yeah.
Decentralized, bringing more decentralized people together.
Exactly. So September, Ned put out a call asking for a social media person to move to Virginia. And I gave him one of those. I sent one of those emails that I usually do, laced with curse words. Because I'm not your typical business owner. I really don't give a fuck. You either like me or you don't.
It's a great mentality.
I just don't. If you want me to help you, I'll help you. If you don't, you don't. I said, Ned, we can help you. I said, that I do Jeff Berwick's, and at the time I had a couple other clients I sent it to. I said, this is what we do. If you think we can help, I'm not moving to Virginia. I do it from here in Panama, and this is what we charge. And wrote me back the next day. Yeah, started immediately. That was it. And we started moving on Steemit, and then shortly after that went to Steam Fest. We went to Amsterdam to Steam Fest, and that was kind of such a great time. I got to meet a lot of people on the platform. What's funny, I tell people this, right, within our circles. Last year at Steam Fest, it seemed like everyone. Steam was pretty new, right?
Yeah.
And most people at Steam Fest were pretty poor. There wasn't a lot of money at Steam Fest last year. This year, all those people that were involved last year are now going to be balling at Steam Fest.
It's going to be maybe more fun this time.
They're going to show up with some gold chains, I swear, because anybody who stuck with it from last year all the way to this year did very well. You got guys like Papa Pepper.
Yeah, he does great.
Here's a guy talking about snakes that he catches in the middle. I think he lives in Oklahoma or one of those places. Arkansas. I think he lives in Arkansas. He shows his kids about animals and stuff. And then he writes these posts about the different snakes that he catches, or lizards, or spiders, and talks about growing tomatoes or whatever. Something he does in his backyard. And he's one of the top writers on Steem. He's making a killing. And very proud of him. He started right about the same time I did.
Yeah, I really enjoy his posts.
Yeah,
it's nice to see that you can be adaptable. They don't just have to write about cryptocurrencies. in that area. Yeah, no, it's valuable information to have too. But I think a lot of people that first join Steemit, they think that you have to stay within the niche of the crypto or the blockchain world to have any results. Papa Prepper, my name is Brian.
My name is Brian.
He does great with his cartoons and stuff. You can go into any area that you want, and as long as I, on the other hand, I'm all over the place with my posts. I have no particular niche whatsoever. I think this is the closest to a niche I have, as I love communicating about anything, really. So it's nice to see that you don't have to stay focused in that area. I think it's inspiring for other people that are joining too, to know that you can branch out and you can focus on what you're interested in, and that's the content and the value. That's the value of the content that you bring to the community.
Yeah,
people recognize that.
Come on, if you guys are on Steemit, start utilizing your brand. Start come out and just start writing about them. Start writing about your life. Don't try to be a university professor and write big old long papers about some certain subject.
The attention span isn't even long enough nowadays.
Most people, if it's more than 500 words, they're going to tune it out. I know I do. I look at probably 100 articles a day because I handle the social media for Steemit. So I go through and I curate and I pick articles to share on Twitter and Google Plus and all these other platforms. And I just don't have the time to sit and read all the articles. So I scan them. And the ones that are short and sweet and concise and share a lot of information packed and have a nice image and maybe a video attached to it, those are my favorite ones to share because that's snackable content.
Yeah.
People could be on their cell phone and read it. Then they click on the video and they can watch it on their phone. So I believe in different kinds of media. Some of the best writers on Steemit, someone did an article about who are the most popular people on Steemit, and most of them are people who write articles between 300 and 700 words. And they include good media. Like my name is Brian, only puts a cartoon.
Right.
He's highly successful. That girl Sweets J from China, she does long form content, but it's long form content with tons of images.
Yeah.
So she does very good with that, and she's probably the top earner on Steemit now.
Yeah, I think most of her posts are around $1,000.
$1,000 per post,
which is fantastic.
For me, I'm only doing like $60 or $70 per post, but I write 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, and that's key. Sometimes being relentless and consistent is just as valuable as having that long form idea, because it's the same amount of work. You're just spreading it out into different groups of ideas and probably bringing in a different.
I got ADD, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Try to meet that content with the user too.
I get an idea, I put it down, publish. That's how it works for me. And some people, they need to schedule out their post for a whole month. That's not me.
Yeah, everyone has a different modality in the way they work. Sometimes planning ahead will do you worse because by the time you get to the point where you want to be, everything's already changed.
Yeah.
You're writing about an old topic now.
My wife is Anna on Steemit is more. Her posts are a lot longer than mine, and hers are more educational. She teaches people how to do things, and how to use Instagram properly, or how to make images using the correct sizes to use. Those kind of things. She has a course that she talks about her Bitcoin. If you're Spanish speaking, look her up at Hilarski and get her course. It's free.
Yeah, I share it with people as often as I can. My Spanish is not great, and I know there's a lot of people in these communities that would love to learn about this kind of stuff.
So, as far as this, Steem, you can literally live off of it. It takes a couple months worth of work, maybe 6 months of hard work. Then you get to that point where you're making $50 to $100 a day. You can move to a beautiful place like Panama and live decent.
Yeah.
It's all. People think it's difficult to build content. No. What if you're a photographer? Take photos.
Yeah, your niche. Find your niche. What you're good at. What you're passionate about.
It's not just for Steem, guys. There's other platforms coming out, and I do recommend that you use the old social media platforms to leverage them to help build your audience. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, Ego, Delicious,
Stumble Upon, Pinterest, all that.
Use them all because those are all backlinks that'll go to your Steemit blog. I actually don't have a blog anymore. I used to have randyhilarski.com. I still own the URL, but I don't have anything on it anymore because I moved everything to Steemit. Who knows? There could be something else that comes along in a couple months.
Yeah, you got to be adaptable as an entrepreneur.
Always adapt.
Especially right now, with things changing so quickly. If you don't adapt, your business is going to be left behind.
tell you, man, all these ICOs that are happening, and something's going to pop up that's going to just change the whole game as we know it.
Yeah, because Steemit has some flaws, obviously. Nothing in any of these industries are perfect. So you're always looking for that product or that shelf space that you can fill and have something else, right? We still don't know who the winner in these races are going to be. So there's a lot of room for growth.
Too early on. We're internet next.
Yeah, totally. We've got a few years to go before there's a bubble at all.
Absolutely, yeah. And we'll all be multi-millionaires by then. And there's no doubt in my mind. And I'm not even talking about how much money I had before. I'm talking about going to the future with just the cryptos that we're involved in. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, I try to explain to some people that my personal thoughts on the idea. So I've been on Steemit since March. Now, I don't have anywhere near the consistency that you have. I'm always traveling and moving with the other work that I have. This is probably the most consistent part, like I was saying, is the fact that I want to focus on podcasts, etc. And I think I earned around $4,000 in the last 3 months, which is great. That means it's around $1,300, $1,333 a month, which is fantastic. But my guess is that if you can sit on that and you can put it all into Bitcoin, then in the next 3 years, I basically earned around $500,000 in 3 months. And you try to find me another job where you can earn $500,000 potentially.
I'm going to break that down and make it a little bit simpler for you guys, how this works. Because what he said is absolutely genius. That's how Annabelle and I look at it. I'll give you a perfect example, because it happened to us already. We were writing on Steem when Steem was less than 10 cents.
Right.
Everyone stopped writing on Steem. Like, oh, the platform's not working anymore. But we doubled down. I was writing 2 articles a day, and my articles were only doing $5 and $10 each. But I was still earning the same amount of Steem. So my Steem power was raising quickly. And when Steem went back to $2, that same Steem that I earned, maybe $100 per article, they went to $2. Now all of a sudden my articles were worth $300, $400, $500 each that I wrote 6 months prior.
Exactly.
Because I didn't take my Steem off the platform. I didn't sell it. I kept it. Because I knew that this was the bottom. We knew that the economics of Steem had changed, and the world didn't know it. The world had no idea that it changed. We went to Steem Fest last year, and we knew that it changed. We knew that the 13-week power down was happening. When I say power down, it used to be 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That initially, the power down time frame was 2 years for Steem. People didn't like that.
No, it's a long time to have to wait.
It took me 2 years to take all your money off the platform. Well, they changed that to 13 weeks. But they also changed the interest rate to 9.5%. And it's going to go down by 1%.
It's better than the American dollar.
Well, America, I think it's 2% or something like that. 2%.
Well, it depends. Interbank lending is at 0.025%, apparently. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, just taking a picture of this guys. So, it went to 9.5%, and it's going to drop 1% per year until it goes down to 1%, or 1.5%. So I knew this. I knew the economics had changed, but the world didn't know. Everyone in the crypto community still thinks that the inflation rate for Steem was like 100%. And I'm like, holy shit, I got an opportunity here. So I started writing a lot and getting my free crypto, or free Steem, which is crypto. And I could have taken money, my Bitcoin money, and bought more Steem. I didn't. I thought I was going to, but I chose not to instead. I was very conservative.
Yeah.
I just chose to build my Steem by writing new.
Well, you're already earning, so why reallocate funds if you're already progressively taking
it was a risk. I'm not saying that it was zero risk that Bitcoin could go down further. I mean, that Steem could go down further. It didn't. It just happened to explode. And we started our power downs about a month before it exploded. And we got our Volkswagen T1. We bought a truck for free, thanks to Steem.
Yeah, so let's recover that. He's bought a brand new 2000.
No, it was 2013. It's used. I don't buy new
Okay,
cars.
not you. That's smart. Anyways, they're already depreciating assets. Pretty much a new vehicle with a cryptocurrency. You traded onto your MasterCard computer.
Yeah, we did it. What we did is we sold our Steem for Bitcoin. I transferred the Bitcoin to our WireX card, which is a card out of Europe that's a Bitcoin debit card.
Right. So
then I changed our Bitcoin into dollars, and then I used the card at the dealership to pay for the car.
So and there's a $20,000 limit on that car too, so you're able to pay for the car.
That's it.
In just one swipe.
Done.
That's fantastic.
And some some traditionalists might say, "Oh, you didn't pay using Steem." Okay, it wasn't.
But if you buy anything with your gains in your portfolio from your stock market, are you going to try to exclude that as well?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But it worked out, and we paid for it. And what's crazy is that we did that when Steem was 60 cents or 70 cents. If I would have just waited another month,
we got two
I could have gotten three vehicles. But we did. It worked out well. So that's what's going on with Steemit. Going forward, what I see happening is you and I should talk about what we're doing.
Yeah,
let's talk about what we're doing.
Sounds great.
We're launching a podcast.
Welcome.
Theo's going to be the host. I'm going to be the monkey in the side, and we're going to talk about all different subjects.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it as well-rounded as possible and bring in as many guests in the business and finance world. We've actually lined up a cliff high for an introduction date in September. We've got a man named Steve Demos lined up for when I get back to Costa Rica. He's actually the creator of Silk and Soy Almond Milk.
Awesome.
He's one of the most inspiring entrepreneurs I've met. He based his whole business off of Buddha's philosophy of right livelihood. Can I create a product that's not capitalistically destroying people's lives, but enriching them, making them healthier? He was very kind to all of his employees. Very humble man. First time I met him, nothing but just a white shirt. Very normal. So
I think what we're going to do is different. We're going to take a different approach to this whole industry. People like to focus on cryptos. We're going to have plenty of crypto podcasts, but mixing it up with other things.
Yeah, diversifying is always smart when you're looking to expand your portfolio. So as the podcast goes, we're going to keep the direction with the bow of our ship facing towards cryptos, and then the rest of it we're going to let sail out behind us. We'll look into
entrepreneurship. That's what we both are.
Exactly.
Expats.
I think the more well-rounded we can be with a lot of this, the better we'll do. I've got a friend of mine who was a famous singer in a boy band in the early 1990s. He's a very astute character. He's been taking his business degree his law degree in business just for fun. I've got him lined up as well. So we're just going to keep them coming and roll out content for you guys as often as possible.
We know lots of big key players in the entrepreneur space and in the crypto space. We're friends with so many of them. I can't wait to bring some of these interviews to you guys, because most of the people that we know are all people who don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It'll lead to some really interesting conversations in the future.
Interesting conversations. When I lived back in the U.S., my conversations were generally around sports, work. Okay.
Yeah, that's about as far as it goes, right?
But here, the conversations that we have are so freaking deep. Tell me about the conversation you had with Ira Miller, the founder of Coinful, the other night.
Oh, I was actually... I like to argue and debate. Maybe argue is too strangely of a word, but I like to debate ideas that I have no right debating. And these gentlemen are very astute characters. Their IQ is high, and we were talking about the conservation of mass as a law. And I decided to be the person that was going to sit at the table and argue against that. Because if we're all agreeing, sometimes it's difficult to really make it further. So I like to be...
debate.
Yeah, even if I agree with Randy sometimes, I'm going to pick the other side just so that we can move further and try to address some of the issues. Because if we're all just agreeing...
Be an antagonist, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Be the fucking thorn in the side.
Yeah, from bar fights and jiu-jitsu to cryptos, entrepreneurialism, yoga, and surfing.
I'll even tell some of my psych nursing story, guys.
Yeah, Randy and I are going to... We'll make a consistent comeback. I'll be visiting Panama frequently to work with these guys. You were saying the
decent.bet.
The decent.bet.
You guys are coming down here. Rev, Nissan, Jedediah Taylor. You guys are going to be launching. Kurt Connolly. Nice. Everyone's coming down to Panama. This is turning into a crypto hub, guys.
Yeah.
Panama's turning into a crypto hub.
It's great. I think the entrepreneurial center here is going to take off over the next few years, and it'll be a place to visit and a place to set up shop if you're interested in this gorgeous type of lifestyle, where you can just roll up, have yourself a coffee,
crash at the pool, pool crash, put up a video,
a pool podcast.
There you go. Drink our coffees and have a beautiful background behind us. We have a couple of the islands, Toboga Island.
I'm gonna have to make it out there soon. I want to go visit.
Yeah. So it's absolutely gorgeous out here, and we'll be doing most of our podcasts using Zoom. That's our plan, at least. and publishing them on YouTube.
Yeah, and iTunes, I think, as well. We just got lined up with that.
And there's a new platform on Steemit called Muley.
Oh, I haven't heard of this yet.
Muley's, we'll be able to upload our videos directly to Muley.
Well, great.
It'll be put on the blockchain.
I like things to be easier.
It'll be on the Steem blockchain. So very, very exciting, and that's coming. So I guess we should wrap it up, and I just want to thank everybody for watching, and we hope to be a place where you guys can come learn about a whole bunch of different stuff, and not just cryptos, because I don't want to be a...
We don't want to overweight ourselves in any one position.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bad. We'd like to bring the whole audience in, so that even if you're not interested in cryptocurrencies, you end up engaged with us and sticking around for the rest of the stories, and the people who have those stories, so we all work together and share. I want to thank you, Randy. It's been a pleasure, brother. So this is the first podcast of what we're tentatively calling the Arcane Bear Cave. So like, subscribe, share, tell us how you feel, leave comments, ask us questions. I'll be quick to respond as best as I can. And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you guys on the other side again. Ciao.
I think that was right around 30 minutes.
36.
Yeah.